Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this vid by Abba and Preach. This is Andrew Tate self-snitching hard on camera. Judge denies appeal because of video and text evidence. So he snitched on himself, and they like, no, you gonna stay in jail. Let's see what's going on. Let's watch it.
So Andrew Tate says, "You're not stupid," and he's talking to one of the victims. "You're not stupid, and you can probably guess how I make so much money. I have to hide what I'm really doing." And the victim says, "Webcam?" And he says, "I've been doing this for a long time with a team of girls working on video chat. The company was fake, but this is how I laundered my dirty money.
Why would he admit
Some of the girls who worked for me, I use them to do other things, to move money or illegal things, documents, and I will never do that with you." If you aren't aware, Tate's in prison in Romania. Some people say he's innocent, other people say he's guilty. And you guys remember us?
Guilty.
We said, wait till the evidence comes out and we'll find out. Well, a lot of evidence has been coming out. That prosecutor's office in Romania has been leaking a lot. And,
how can you be a prosecutor's office and leaking that much?
Let's always do it. They do it on purpose.
Yeah?
Yeah, they leak what they want to the press. You have to understand,
It's a whole game.
winning a case for them is not just winning a case. There's a lot of ego involved. These people want to win these big cases.
But they got,
When the FBI says it's got a, 96, 98 conviction rate, the reason why is because they like that shit on their resume. They take on cases they know they're going to win, and they only put forth the case when they know they're going to win.
Yeah.
And so this thing right here, have you seen what they leaked?
No, I haven't seen what they leaked.
Listen, they didn't prosecute Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate prosecuted Andrew Tate. My homie was self-snitching.
Oh, that bad.
Watch the tape.
No, basically,
Watch the tape.
Trafficking, we have three things: force, fraud, or coercion. Force, obviously,
This is y'all king?
chains and not being allowed to leave. Fraud, being kept there under false pretenses. If there's an element of fraud in the way that you are enticing somebody or keeping somebody in a particular position to work for you, and if it's in the sex business, that's trafficking. Or coercion. Let's kind of look at one of his very first videos that he did. These are his words, not my words.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money. So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence, and you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you. And this is extremely important. Because
hearing a man talk like this with kids, I've heard he has kids, and I really wonder if he has any daughters. Like, how would you feel if someone saying these things about your daughter or your sisters or your mama? Like, I don't understand this.
at the beginning, she will need you, but then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive.
Fallacy, that's his word.
Wow.
And what is fallacy? Fraud.
that's a pimp.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what a pimp does.
I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is a completely... In fact, no, it's not a completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same. She can't do this without her, to ensure that she doesn't do it without her. At the beginning, she can, but there'll become a point she can't. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're going to do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guys. I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. There's no negative energy in this business.
You imagine you talking to this hot blonde girl and you webcam with her and you sending her messages and you find out it's actually just a bald-headed top G on either side? You thought you were talking to a bitch named Mercedes. Turned out as a nigga obsessed with Bugattis.
I'm just saying.
That's why. I'm sorry.
Well, the reason why I'm having this face is because the amount, I didn't realize how much foot and mouth could contain.
Oh, he's fucking up.
Yeah,
They got
so
all the receipts on this guy. And it gets worse.
You have to be positive. So by you typing for the girl, you maximize your money, and also she believes she needs you, which is extremely important. Another reason you use Chatbait is because they will pay you in Bitcoin. And this is amazing because You've all seen the fraud audit shit that's going on. You've all seen the fucking legalities of banking. Trying to get money out of these sites into your bank without paying a shitload of tax is actually very difficult.
See, it's that whole avoiding taxes. And it's not legal to do that.
So in the last 6 months, Checkmate have released the Bitcoin option. So they'll pay you in Bitcoin. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay tax to anybody. Tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure you don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One is another control element. I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 13%. So for every $10,000 they made, I give them 3, and I keep 7. Yeah. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity was because of taxes. So you're on 50%, you get to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you, they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I see this all the time, I have to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax, you want to pay the tax or not? Ooh, okay, and they just sign away. They don't know what the fucking signing, let's throw them away afterwards. They think something's happening, something real's happening.
He ain't shit.
So
why are you detailing
he's already admitted to tax evasion and
are you
fraud.
stupid?
I mean, it's not a mission.
This is a course he's running. He's teaching people.
That's what he's teaching.
Oh, he's telling y'all to do this shit too.
Now. I'm just playing devil's.
No, he doing
It's a very hard job. I'm not. Hey.
He said that's what he was doing with these girls. That's what he said he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't say this is an idea that you could do
did
it.
this to us. What, you think they're going to look at the bank records and see that the money, he was paying them 50-50? What you think? Let's be honest. If someone admits to what they're doing, just believe them.
But to his defense, I got nothing.
Right, he's self-snitching.
So what you're telling
what
me
the fuck
is
you about to
that
say?
they got him on frauding the girls and defrauding the government. Is that what you're saying?
I just want you guys to understand, just here, we're not even going to the human trafficking, just right there. This man was stealing from the people that were working for him.
Right there.
He didn't even care. He said, I'm getting rich, bitch. Fuck you. He didn't care. He was stealing from...
I'm getting rich,
If that's your job, how would you feel about that? Would you not want this person charged for that crime? Listen, if my employer even stole $1 an hour from me, I'd be pissed. Thousands every single month?
Something real's happening. Nothing's happening, so you get rich, bitch. You have girls. You cannot do a business relationship with a female, and I'll tell you why. Women have sex with somebody. If they're not fucking you, they're fucking somebody else. And that other person she's fucking is going to have the control over her mind, as opposed to you. And if he controls her mind and you don't control her mind, once she starts to pick it up a bit, after a few weeks, a few months, whatever, and realizes how to make money on her own, or she's going to run off and pay her boyfriend, or them two are going to go traveling in Southeast Asia and she's going to work as she goes, or she's going to go to her boyfriend and say, look, fuck you type for me. Oh yeah, but you're always working, I have to do some traveling and you can't come, I want to bring you with me. Traveling is a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. You're always working, why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Or if you're doing what? So a lot of webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come let's have a meeting, let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner, your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear from the girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. So I said it's so important to have a good first girl.
Remember Ghislaine Maxwell? That was the girl that recruited for Jeffrey Epstein. Almost identical to what he's talking about here.
Wow. That's so
remember. So this is why this is important, this push right here. It doesn't prove anything.
Preying on the mentally
weak. It's one of the little piece of evidence that they add in for the whole trafficking charge. Basically, he has a woman, okay, who used to be a former police officer in Romania. She's the one who does the recruiting, the managing of the women. Why? Because women are much more likely to be roped into these kinds of things if they're hearing it from another woman. So when he sets up his organization, right, because they're accusing him of running a criminal organization. He has the woman who he calls his bottom bit, right, to recruit the other women. Okay. Now, there's some transcripts because they did some wiretaps. They seized their phone. They seized all their technology. So there's some conversations that they're using now. I want you to also know the context of the country's in. Andrew Tate is a foreigner living in Romania as a rich person.
Trying to fucking steal from the government?
And he's also spoken about the reason why he left the UK to go to Romania is because, you know what I mean, laws are a little bit lax. They're not like, it's not as repressive. So this is how he talks about Romania and going to jail there, okay? This is pulled from his PC, and then it was leaked to the press. Okay, so this is something that they got.
Romanian court, so there's no court in Romania. They're corruption-free, as we all know. They put me in jail. I'm going to walk in here with a pile of money like this. Boom, boom, this is hose, this sells mine. I'm ready, put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. Take the court case.
Get me out of jail. The law says you're guilty. I said get me out of jail. Don't go see a lawyer to talk about the law. I have committed multiple felonies. How much does it cost to make this all go away?
Also, when you're a real G, is that you're here, you're there, you're everywhere. You gotta go to Poland, you gotta go to Warsaw, fucking Dubai, Miami. Anyone who watches State Confidential knows I'm all over the place. So I end up with all these chicks just stuck in their house, sitting there, bored, completely in love with me. And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out. You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
But here's even the kicker. Looking at private videos that are part of the police file, from the following passages from the context of this content, there is no doubt a deep lack of respect for the legal norms and a total indifference to the social protected values that the defendant gives proof of. Also, the attitude of disregard towards women in general, which he perceives only as a means of getting his content released. In other words, making money. The judge cannot agree with the support of the defense in the sense that the video contents presents only one character and cannot be taken into account since the defendant exhibits the same attitude in the relations with the injured persons and is evident from the content of the conversations that are in these criminal prosecution files.
Basically, the judge's like, nah, the way you act in real life is how you're talking about these videos. So I'm not going to not use them as evidence. I cannot use them as evidence because they match. Let's get to the transcripts. Because people are saying...
Wait, you got more?
When I say, listen, and just a pro tip, if you're a criminal watching, do not use WhatsApp, okay? Do not use WhatsApp to do any of your criminal activity. They keep a record. There are records, there are logs, and it's easily traceable.
Bro, I'm going to tell you this. Don't use your phone. Do not use your phone. I'm talking about, I've had friends that were in instances where they crossed the borders, and they have certain software that can tap in your phone and get the deleted items. You can always go get the deleted items. So that's the reason why they have burner phones. Don't use your phone. Actually, you have to use a phone, crack it, and keep on going. You know those flip phones? That's pretty much what you would have to use.
All right.
So, yeah, I digress.
So these are leaked transcripts from the stenographer, either in the court case or leaked from the prosecutor's office. The reason why they're doing this is they like the media attention being involved in this. The prosecutor may probably have some ego involved, and he wants to let everybody know, I'm going to be the person who takes down Andrew Tate. And listen, it only matters if he's got evidence to back it up, and he's done some digging, and it seems that during their 8 months of searching and their raids on the compound, they found quite a lot.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, so this is how Andrew Tate apparently manipulates one of the victims into flying to Romania by promising marriage. Then discusses said victim as a commodity to be used for making money.
I want to see a documentary on this shit. Netflix, get to work.
Andrew Tate says, you have to understand once you're mine, you'll be mine forever. A woman never leaves her man, and I'll be the last man in your life. What do we do if we fall in love and I kidnap you to bring you to Bucharest? And then the girl replies, I don't think it's kidnapping if I want to come. First, I have to see in your eyes that you will never be able to live without me. Then I can trust you to show you everything. Bring a ring when you come. This is what the girl said. And he says, can you be loving enough to be a wife? To always be on my side wherever I go? To talk to zero men besides me? You have to move to Romania with me to keep an eye on you. You're mine. Don't ever forget that. And she says, but can I trust you? He says, yes, you can. We'll meet in Romania. And I want to know you're committed and serious about marriage. Yes, I'm serious. And when she gets there, he's like, well, we're not getting married. I want to turn you into a cam girl. Okay? So they're basically establishing that the way that he's getting these people involved in the whole business is through fraud. And if you remember what the guy said earlier in regards to some of the criteria that need to be met, okay? One of them is fraud. And that's what they're trying to establish with these conversations when they're released. So even though this conversation...
I know something wasn't right, though. Because people were saying that, oh, he made all this money through, his fighting. And I'm like, ain't no fucking way. He got all this money. And sure, you can invest. You can invest. That is a possibility. But he just seemed to have too much money. So it was suspicious. But, I don't know this man's personal finances. I was like, whatever. Maybe he legally got it. But apparently not.
back to you, you have to understand by the letter of the law how they define human trafficking. This is one of those elements that they might incorporate in order to make that charge stick. Basically, he wasn't telling these people, hey, I'm running a can business, come down. He's like, I want to marry you. You're going to fall in love with me. You're going to fall in love with me. He gets them all the way down to Romania inside of his compound. Then he springs it on him with who? His bottom. So, Andrew Tate says, you're not stupid. And he's talking to one of the victims. You're not stupid. And you can probably guess how I make so much money. I have to hide what I'm really doing. And the victim says, the webcam? And he says, I've been doing this for a long time with a team of girls working on video chat. The company was fake, but this is how I laundered my dirty money. Some of the girls
admitting to how
me, I use them to do other things.
Money is
to
so
move
fucking stupid.
Money or illegal things, documents, and I will never do that with you. Basically telling the girl you're different from the others. I make them do the really illegal stuff. Again, they have it right here in the wiretaps. Okay, him admitting to this stuff. This is going to be used in court, and you're gonna have a hard time explaining this one away. What is this money laundering that you were doing?
You can't go to the court and be like, hey, what happened was... scratch your head and scratch it out.
Okay, so now here comes the next part. This is I think the biggest one. Tate's angels, meaning the bottom, the two women.
Not his angels.
I mean, what they call them, bro. How much you say? This is what it reads.
Charlie's? They don't want to say hoes?
Hey, man, listen. These are the women who work for him. The Ghislaine Maxwells.
Why y'all floor creaking like that?
Punch yourself in the mouth until I arrive. Because
what?
I'll give you another 10. You incurable slacker. And the other girl says, I'll break you when I get there. And the victim says, what did I do? And the bottom is, you have 1 hour and 10 minutes to disappear. And the victim says, but what did I do? You're down 20%, 4 days since you posted. And she says, if Andrew looks to see you if you posted TikToks, you won't even have time to pack. You're flying off the balcony straight away.
What?
So, what does this conversation really mean? This is where this is important. It might not mean much to y'all because you're like, well, when they're taking this in conjunction with everything else, the fraud element involved, the coercion element, the aspect of like lying about what they're really going to be doing there, the fact that this girl who works for Tate is saying she's going to be punching the girl 10 times when she gets there, that there's these threats of violence, the one saying like Andrew Tate gets home, you're going to be flying off the balcony. Is that literally? Probably not, but there is some element there of threats of potential violence if you don't do what's needed. When you take that to court, and these are conversations that are happening in private, you understand? They're going to take this into strong consideration when they're making their case. They're going to be like, how do you explain this stuff? Oh, we're just joking. We're not going to actually make her... Well, then why is the victim terrified? Oh, she's just lying. And you think that's going to really be a real defense in court?
You know the thing is, there's some people that are not going to believe that.
Of course.
There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be like, yeah, it ain't that bad, it ain't that bad. And you know why? Because they actually talk like that. They talk like that with their girls. The girls... I'm saying guys, but I'm talking girls do the same shit. Oh my God, I swear, I'm gonna punch you in your mouth. And people talk like that on a regular basis. I was astonished at the fact, the language that some people use with their friends or with their loved ones. Yeah, but it's just, I'm just talking. It's just this, it's just that. Whenever you talk to them or whenever you check them, so, yo, listen, you cannot talk to me any kind of way. You can't talk to me about you're going to punch me in my face. You can't tell me that you're going to kick me in my throat. You can't do shit like that. But you know, man, it's just talk. It ain't real.
These people are going to be super motivated to do this. Tate moved from the UK to Romania because the justice in the UK said it was too prejudicial and they were going to come after him strong. Romania's more lax. You went to Romania, acted a fool, wanted to say anything and do anything and engage in illegal activity.
And they showing you, they about that action.
You fucked around and you found out. Period. You got to hold that L. Nobody told you to self-snitch.
That's not fucked around.
That's so stupid.
That's not
like, people just getting on camera and just calmly admitting to criminal activity is so crazy to me. People say, why would anybody do that? Why would people do that?
Because some people get a certain amount of money and power and they think they're invincible. They're just like, oh, can nobody touch me? Oh, I can just pay them off. That's literally what he said. He said, I'm going to show up with a stack of money and say, how can we make this go away? Like, he's so fucking deluded because he's used to doing that. But that don't work all the fucking time with everybody. You can't pay off every fucking body.
You're a public personality because some people got ego. Because some people don't know how to stay away from the fucking cameras because they head too big. Look at Sam Bankman-Fried, right? Dude ran FTX. Turned out to be a big old fraudster. After the fraud was discovered, you know what this idiot was doing? He was getting on live television, doing interviews incriminating himself further. And those interviews that he did after being found out are going to be used against him in court. Why? Because some people can't stop themselves from doing stupid fucking things. And I'm sure if he had a lawyer at the time and like telling him what to do, they would say, don't do any interviews. But he couldn't help himself. Why? Because his ego.
I'm just really here to see where it goes. I'm going to see where it goes. Because like Abba said, if that's what they leaking to the press, they got some bigger thing. Bangers. Bars. Jail bars. But they got something bigger. And what they're going to do to court is going to be something else. It's going to be something crazier. If that's what they choose to leak to court, anyways. All that to say, I'll wait. I'll stay by here.
I can only imagine.
It's just there's a lot of Kanye complex that I call whenever you go on a podcast and you say, I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want, and it's still they can't unwork with me. And then he said some outlandish shit and it was like, well, let's drop your ass, and everybody started dropping. And nobody wants to work. That's the same kind of complex. Hey, I can walk in this country and do whatever the hell I want. I can pay this, I can pay that, I can do this, top genius building, yay.
No, yeah.
And then this will happen.
And now he's in a Romanian jail cell with 30 other dudes in a toilet in the middle where everyone got to watch each other shit. Hey, listen.
But it don't look good.
Hey, listen. Them transcripts, once I seen that video of him snitching, I said, it don't matter what I think.
You know what it looked like?
I know he didn't pay his taxes. One, because he said he didn't pay his taxes.
He didn't pay people.
And he didn't pay people. Because he admits to stealing their money.
That's not even if they can prove that he was abusing motherfuckers.
Forget that.
If they can, yeah, I understand that. Just on the basis of those two things, but if we, it's just like a tuna casserole. They don't look good.
That's wild. Oh, it's over for this nigga. This is crazy. If he's admitting all of this, just imagine what he is not saying. Imagine what wild shit he's not telling us. Like, what the fuck? Why would you get on camera? You are being recorded and admit to all of your crimes. You're that fucking egoic to the point where you feel like you can't be touched. And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I did and what you gonna do about it. Like, that shit is crazy and life is humbling his ass. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Wow. And people were saying like, oh, you know, he's out of jail. This nigga is in jail. Where do y'all get this information? Like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Stop. This is a hot ass mess though. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want to watch and I'll see y'all on the next time. Bye.